Alright, YouTube, we got a new death battle. Y'all know what it is. We got Blade versus Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. Now, I don't know too much about Buffy. Don't get on my ass about it. I know a little bit, just not a lot. Now, Blade, though, that nigga. So, my prediction is Blade gets the W. Who the fuck is this right here? This is not Blade. This is Cade. What the hell is going on? Anyway, Blade gets the W. Mid-diff. Let me know who y'all think is going to win in the comments. Let's do it.
Blade versus Buffy.
The Daywalker versus the Vampire Slayer.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills.
Surprised they did a live action fight. That's crazy.
Death battle. They are known by many names. Revenant, Vortalok, Nosferatu.
Vampires. When the moon is out and the night is young, these undead demons are out for blood.
Fitting then that the greatest foe of those who stalk the night is the one who can walk the day, Blade.
Is that really his costume?
No, we're not gonna talk about it.
Now there's a man who doesn't
boy
file his
Wesley.
taxes. Blade is one of the coolest superheroes ever, and basically kickstarted the comic book movie craze.
And yet, he is also seemingly
The GOAT.
the only one who knows or cares that in the world of Marvel, vampires exist. Seriously, nobody talks about this.
Blade doesn't need anyone's help. He'll just aura farm by himself.
Even Blade's birth was hardcore. Just as the young Eric Brooks' mother was in labor, her attending doctor turned out to be the vampire.
Of course he likes I Am Legend, bro. That's funny as shit.
Deacon Frost.
And he drank her blood right before she gave birth.
This infused Eric
Who's a
with
hunter?
Frost's vampiric blood, turning him half human.
Oh,
birth.
This infused Deacon Frost.
And he drank her blood right before.
Hold
To
on.
be the vampire. Deacon's mother was in labor. Her attending doctor turned out to be the vampire Deacon Frost.
And he drank her blood right before she gave birth.
This infused Eric with Frost's vampiric blood, turning him half human, half vampire. A damn
I
peer.
never knew
Giving him a
that.
ton of vampy powers, but none of their weaknesses like garlic, holy water, or sunlight.
Eric would hone these abilities
So
under the
he's
tutelage
immortal.
of vampire hunter
Oh, yeah, so
Jamal Afari, sharpening him into a blade that would rape the vampire planet for good.
Blade is strong
sorry.
and fast enough to toss around 1,000-pound demons and cut bullets out of the air. He can keep up with Wolverine,
Straight
who can
aura,
deflect
bro.
Cyclops' light-speed optic blasts, and his Kevlar DuPont armor helped him take the top of Count Von Stadt's castle exploding.
He can heal small wounds immediately and sniff out the supernatural with his hypersenses. Also, his fangs can drain his victims of magical energies.
After studying the ways of Hong Kong Kung Fu movies, Blade became a master martial artist. Ah yes, the Rufus from Street Fighter School of Kung Fu.
While the only martial art he's been stated to know is Krav Maga, we know he's mastered more. So for the full
I didn't
scope
know
of
he
his
knew
martial arts
martial arts
ability,
for
we'll examine the Blade movies as performed by Wesley Snipes.
By looking at Snipes' training and choreography, we know Blade uses Kung Fu, Capoeira, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Eskrima,
Oh, he's
kickboxing,
like that,
Shotokan
okay.
karate, and Hapkido. Add on Blade's knack for stealthy takedowns, and I guess you could call him Marvel's
Batman.
Batman.
Hey!
Blade's training progressed smoothly until Afari was attacked and had his blood drained by Dracula. Seriously, Avengers, Dracula is real. Why aren't you doing anything about this?
Cause, bro,
He's right
Blade got
there.
it. They don't
Forced
even
to
need help.
murk his
He don't need
surrogate
help.
dad, Blade would have to wage his war alone.
Nursing a wound within him that would never heal. A hole that could never be filled.
Not with that attitude. Blade took a page out of the Book of Boomstick and tried filling that hole with every kind of weapon imaginable. He's got so many, they're his apartment decorations.
Handguns, assault rifles, and explosives make up the brunt of his firepower.
Like, come on, bro. How
And
do
he
you not
enjoys
like
getting
Blade?
up close and personal with his dual acid-etched
I ain't gonna lie, I
titanium
might be a Blade man. Maybe.
katanas.
Speaking of glorious Nippon steel, he's got a sword made out of adamantium.
Specifically, secondary adamantium, a variant of the metal that is mass producible.
It might not be quite as strong as Cap's shield, but it can cut right through heavy hitters like Ultron and the Hulk.
Naturally, Blade has even more swords.
didn't even know that.
His Atlantean ones can slice through magical enchantments. The Word Sword can harm intangible demons, and the Justiciar can slay fallen angels.
Yeah, he's got some weird stuff he can pull out of his ass, like a
Garlic
Hellfire
gumballs.
shotgun that
What the
burns
fuck?
your soul, or hypodermic needles filled with vampire blood. Seems kinda dumb to turn people into vampires, but it does make them more vulnerable to Blade's arsenal.
All that pales in comparison to
Smart
the arch
man.
weapon of hell in Blade's possession, the breathing gun. It is a living firearm that hisses in the presence of demonic forces.
What the
its
fuck?
sentient bullets chase its victims down. The
Okay, that's kinda
wounds
fire.
they cause cannot be healed. And if they get lodged in your body, they'll slowly devour you from the inside out.
Where
They
did
can
he get
even
this
hurt
shit from?
Hell
Y'all not gonna
Lords
explain?
And even greater threats like the Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Blade took everything he had and fought his one-man war for almost 100 years.
He's battled hordes of vampires while skydiving, infiltrated the Pentagon, and even took on Spider-Men like Miles Morales, who could absorb the energy of a bomb that could destroy Harlem. Blade's even bested the Spirit of Vengeance, Zarathos.
And while he occasionally allied with teams like the Avengers, he prefers to work alone.
I probably would too if they only cared about me when I was helping them and not
Hold on. Cosmic goes. Oh, so he
The world-
survived Hulk throwing him into the sky?
of
Does he
You
have
know,
like a crazy healing
vampires.
factor?
That, and Blade is scared of what he might do if he loses control, because he does have one classic vampire weakness: a thirst for blood. Blah.
even more so after he had a daughter, Brielle, whom he avoided for fear of endangering her. If his bloodlust does overwhelm him, he will enter a berserker rage, skyrocketing
we
his
already know
strength
that's
at the cost
transformation.
of his sanity.
Though it does make him even better at killing vamps. He's made a cottage industry out of whooping Dracula's ass.
Dracula is unsurprisingly powerful, capable of summoning a thunderstorm that covered all of Boston with a wave of his hand.
Drac apparently didn't hold a grudge though, since he eventually made Blade the sheriff of Vampires, a vampire nation in the ruins of Chernobyl.
Amazingly, Dracula has even given Blade some of his own blood, which allows him to shapeshift into multiple forms, like
What?
a wolf, a horde of bats, or a cloud of
I
mist.
never knew
So
this.
he
Did y'all know
can
this?
force his way inside your body and blow you up from the inside out, Ant-Man
That's
style.
cold.
What is with you with the Ant-Man? Blade's hatred of vampires is only matched by his hatred of himself. However, when Brielle showed signs of vampiric powers, Blade finally found a reason to reconnect with his daughter. Training her
That's a cold picture though.
Blade
You
finally
can't
found a
lie, that's
reason to
cold.
reconnect
This cold
with
as
his daughter,
fuck, too.
Training her the same way Afari
What?
trained him a century prior.
Even after Blade was possessed by the first vampire
The first Black Panther was a vampire?
ever and tried to take over the planet, Brielle put her down.
He was the first Black Panther? Wait, hold on. What the fuck? You're lying. You're lying, right? Okay. Come on, spelling. It's not that hard. Here we go, my slow. What? I did not know that.
Possessed by the first vampire ever and tried to take over the planet, Brielle put her dad's teachings to the test, saving both him and the world.
And proving that Blade's lonely war need not be so lonely anymore.
That's
With
his
his
daughter,
daughter
man.
at his side, and also this plant creature pet called Boy Thing, let Marvel's vampires beware. For should they indulge their unnatural urges,
Oh, that's Man Thing,
they'll be
son?
sure to meet their end at the tip of his blade. Today's battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
You know what's awesome? Being right, especially when your co-host is always wrong.
Funny.
And skippity skip. Time for Buffy.
The vampire. In every generation, there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She
They came
is the
sliding in.
Slayer.
For thousands of years, a new Slayer would be granted incredible powers and was destined to die young in battle against evil, passing their powers on to the next Slayer and the next, and so on. That is, until
Who is this bitch?
evil, passing their powers on to the
What
next
happened?
Slayer and the next.
Everybody
and
else
so
look
on.
cool, and
That
then
is,
there's that.
until the newest Slayer would change everything. Buffy and Summers.
Not exactly the first girl you'd think is the savior of humanity. Buffy's only goals in life were, in her
She
own
fucked with
words,
Angel?
graduate from high school, go to Europe, marry Christian Slater, and die.
But that would all change when the Watcher Merrick appeared
At
and
least
revealed
two.
her destiny.
She died
Like,
twice.
total
That's
bummer.
more than-
Merrick
That's one,
trained
um,
Buffy in the arts of vampire slaying, and she became so
I almost said
efficient
Wesley
that
Snipes.
she
Blade.
burned down her school. Whoops.
forcing her and her mom to move to Sunnydale, California to start a new life, far away from any more bloodsuckers and bad makeup.
Unfortunately, small problem, Sunnydale just so happened to be right on top of a hellmouth, where the boundary between Earth and Hell is
Oh
permanent.
no, they got
Yeah, that
tentacles,
sounds
gang.
like the Valley, all right. Along
Ew,
with New
what the
Watcher
fuck is
Giles,
that?
Wallflower Willow, part-time bad boy, part-time sad boy Angel, magical retcon sister Dawn, and Xander. Buffy and her Scooby gang would battle a never-ending series of monsters.
And we mean
That's a
truly
big-ass
never-ending.
dick.
Sure, there's the TV show, but Buffy has also been slaying vampires across video games, comics, and 128 novels. Tens of thousands of pages of
Damn.
Buffy lore you've never heard of.
But we're just crazy enough to speed read them all.
Buffy carries a variety of anti-vampire weaponry. There's wooden stakes,
Okay, she
of
might be
course,
deep.
sometimes dipped in gorgon venom that can turn you to stone. Though she's also experienced with axes, swords, quarterstaffs, holy water, just about anything.
You said it! When she fought an ancient demon unable to be killed by any weapon forged in his time, Buffy introduced his stupid ass to the 20th century.
She's also a master of Aikido, Judo,
Okay.
Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, karate, kung fu, wushu, tai
So far, Blade got the martial
chi,
arts.
kendo, capoeira, and taekwondo.
Buffy apparently thinks Hong Kong's kung fu movie masters could learn a thing or two.
No kidding. Thanks to her Slayer senses, her reflexes are fine-tuned enough to dodge close
Nigga,
range
is that the
Gatling gun
Terminator?
fire, lightning bolts from the sky, and even beams of light. She's kept up with another Slayer, Faith,
Ah,
who
hell,
can
Blade
dodge
is cooked.
laser beams from point-blank range.
Buffy's strong
Damn
enough
it.
to bend rebar, punch this 4.5-ton bat monster into the air, and, smash hard enough to tear apart a building.
And despite her lack of armor, she can survive massive explosions,
hell?
like the one that destroyed Cephrilion's lair that's bigger on the inside.
She can even fight blindfolded, but if she is injured, she heals fast enough to be totally fine by the next episode.
One time, Angel sucked out almost all of the blood from her body, and she survived. Doubly impressive since Angel's blood draining also drains magical energy.
Yeah, Buffy's own magic makes her weirdly resilient to esoteric attacks, like when she expelled this misty shadow demon trying to possess her body, or when she
Alright, so
resisted
Blade's
her
not going to
soul
her and
being
blowing
ripped
her up.
apart and scattered across time.
Or that time she jumped into a vat of boiling liquid
She
so
might
hot
be broken, bro.
that
Blade
it
might
could
be
reduce
good.
people
I
to
can't lie.
skeletons, and she was just fine.
She might not
damn it.
show physical scars, but she sure has emotional ones. Being the Slayer put a huge burden on Buffy's life.
Unable to live normally, she felt isolated, forced to internalize the trauma she faced on a daily basis. Sure, she had friends, but they couldn't understand her unique struggle.
Like when Angel turned evil after he took her virginity and tried to destroy the world. That must be one of those
I gotta watch this
metaphors.
shit. This is
Sometimes the worst
This is
enemies are
dramatic.
the ones you can't fight and who don't fight
The hell
back.
you fucked
Made
her?
even
It's like,
worse by
"Arr,
her having
I'm
all
angry."
the memories of the other Slayers bouncing around
shit
in
must
her
have been
head,
terrible.
dating back to the Stone Age.
Buffy
Words are
has
good.
dreamt of every battle a Slayer has ever fought, and can call upon those skills in a fight, even subconsciously.
But this includes the memories of their deaths. Countless women violently dying young, a reminder of her inevitable fate.
A fate that came to pass when she fought the Hell God Glory. After leaping into Glory's reality-ending interdimensional hole,
A glory hole,
Just
if you
dived
will.
in there.
Buffy sacrificed herself to save the universe, dying a hero's death.
It appears my glory hole joke was poorly timed.
Finally freed of her unfair earthly responsibilities, Buffy's
Damn,
soul
she was like 22
ascended to heaven in perfect
or 21.
bliss.
I don't know.
Until her friends brought her back to life in the agony of existence. This
I think she was just 20, I don't
absolutely
know.
crushed Buffy and, ironically, annihilated her will to live.
Oh, that's rough, Buffy. But with the show renewed for
So,
more
coming
seasons,
back made her
she
wanna
had
kill
to
herself?
nut up and continue her endless crusade against all things Spirit Halloween.
Buffy's battled for 48 hours straight, defeated vampires immune to traditional vampiric weaknesses, and destroyed the Sword of Sano, which caused the Great Hanshin earthquake.
And of course, both Buffy and her friends have defeated countless
I don't know what the
immensely
fuck you're
powerful
talking about.
demons.
Like the Queller Demon, which arrived as a meteor and caused the Tunguska explosion, which destroyed over 2,000 square kilometers of forest. Or the Sorrow Demon, which caused a storm that blanketed Los Angeles.
She's also a match for Angel, who survived a blast that could rupture a continental shelf and took it from Whistler, whose magic contained a bomb that could vaporize London.
Blade's good,
she even faced off against the first evil, literally the embodiment of all evil that predates reality itself.
Forced into battles against stronger and stronger baddies, Buffy clearly needed something to even the odds. The Slayer safe.
It's actually a Bardiche.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna say it. This thing is bullshit.
Containing the essence of Buffy's Slayer powers and created to defeat ancient demons, the scythe can deflect magical projectiles and slice through just about anything. Ghosts, magic, even space itself, destabilizing reality in the process.
Yeah.
Even Silas, the
These are
devourer of
hacks,
worlds,
bro.
kinda
These are
like
hacks.
Galactus, but instead of chomping on planets, he eats the multiverse. And there goes his head.
The scythe is easily the most powerful tool in her arsenal.
Yes,
In effect,
duh.
attaining it completed Buffy, as though it were a piece of her she never knew was missing. With the scythe, Buffy was
So she can
finally
cut through anything,
whole.
bro.
Being the Slayer was
Duh.
no longer a burden, but a purpose.
And by sharing her Slayer powers with thousands of girls around the world, they all teamed up and kicked the first evil's ass.
Suddenly, the always isolated Buffy had thousands of shoulders to lean on, a sisterhood
Girl
of Slayers.
power.
And thousands more reasons for any wannabe demon conqueror to stay away from Earth. Because unless you want to get your blood all over her stylish yet affordable boots, you'll steer clear of Buffy, the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay, so
as you know,
she's tough as fuck. That's what I'm hearing. She's tough as shit.
All
Oh,
possible.
hell. Alright. Drop who you think gonna win in the comments now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's check it out. Oh, we getting a club scene. Fire. Okay, this is gonna be fire. Hold on.
We were kings
I know y'all hear that.
long before they had a name for kings. But now, starved, hunted, forgotten,
That is the creepiest vampire I've ever seen in my life.
you have waited
This nigga's not
long
6'2".
enough. Tonight, we remember who we were. Tonight, we take back what was always ours.
Oh yeah, you fucked up. You put hands on Blade, nigga. It's up and it's stuck.
We feast.
Daywalker.
And she is just the start.
Oh, he finna. Boom! I just peeped, so Buffy's not a vampire at all. Hey. Boom! Don't they pull no bullshit about ammo, bro. Alright, he kinda cold. He kinda cold. Oh. Boom! Damn, that shit went through. Okay, she cold. I can't lie. Okay, okay, they fried. Suplex that bitch. Boom! A garlic bomb? Oh, that's like sunlight. Not the DJ. Damn it. What do you do? Oh, they about to fight over this. Oh, damn, he about to flick her down. Alright, you did not have to whip the big pistol out on her, bro. It was not that serious yet.
Wait!
Yeah, you thought you was gonna stop Blade? Stupid. Weave. We finna cut that bit.
Dude's just a kid!
Not anymore.
Close that nigga mouth. Yeah, I like this. Ugh. Okay. Okay, maybe Blade got a chance here. Alright, never mind. She done took his sword. Look at the swag, though. Like, she cool and all, but she ain't doing it like Blade, bro. Yo, they fried with this video, bro. You can't lie. They could. Boom!
You out your damn mind?
I thought he was gonna bite her. What the fuck was that shot, bro? Is she stronger? Oh, I think she's stronger. I think he's stronger than her. Oh, she finna awaken something. Oh. I don't remember him saying she gets stronger.
Amateur hour.
There's always some motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill.
Why they got him speaking, bro? Ooh. Glass said I did not feel good. Oh, she got the damn scepter. Ah, shit! Good. Hey, that shit was fire! I'm about to say, he couldn't have the weapon go out for nothing, bro. Oh, that's one of his school swords?
Another sword.
I see you cut through adamantium.
Damn, he's really shorter than her. She's finna cut through that shit, bro. That shit finna for sure get cut through. That shit finna break. Oh, no, I can't watch. Wait, he still got a transformation though. Ah, they finna pull some hero bullshit. Come on, just fry her, bro. Stop theatrics. Ah. Nope, he's done. It's some bullshit. this shit, man. Come on, bruh. I'm sorry. Let me not skip, bro. I'm just salty. I'm salty, bro.
It's like you got ahead of yourself.
To be Blade
Stupid
tenured
bitch.
no longer.
Fuck you.
I'm surprised. I figured with Blade's many years of comic book history, he'd have the edge.
Believe it or not, Buffy is actually in more comics than Blade.
Really? Man, Blade can't catch a break.
Let's break this down into 4 categories. First up, stats. Buffy's lifted much heavier things and survived more significant explosions.
Like, sure, Blade's strong and all, but he isn't literally fucking buildings apart like Buffy.
Scaling to the monsters
That's
they
some
fought,
bullshit, bro.
compare Dracula creating a storm that covered Boston to the Sorrow Demon creating a storm that covered Los Angeles, a city over 5 times larger. You might be able to compare Blade to Spider-Man like Miles, who absorbed a bomb that could blow up Harlem, but that's significantly weaker than Whistler containing a blast that could wipe out London. They could both
on,
dodge
bro.
light beams, but that doesn't keep Buffy from taking the overall edge in stats.
Blade's used to being the odd man out, though, so his versatility is just as important.
With Blade's numerous powers and massive arsenal, he certainly could have overwhelmed the more straightforward Buffy.
Machine guns and magic swords are generally gonna
I'm
beat
sorry,
out
I'm salty as
crossbows
fuck.
and
You
morning
stop.
stars. Not to mention, he actually wears armor.
Also, Blade's faster healing factor and immunity to traditional vampire weaknesses kept Buffy on the back foot for a time. Blade wins versatility.
But when it comes to skill, Buffy's got plenty of experience fighting armed opponents barehanded.
Both of them were masters of a similar number of martial arts.
And Blade has been kicking vampire ass for a century, way longer than Buffy's even been alive.
While Blade may have more personal experience, Buffy's ability to draw on Slayer battles dating back to the Stone Age, at least
I
40
still think
times
he
older
would've
than
fried
Blade,
her, bro.
gives her the superior skill.
That's
Even
bullshit.
then, they both had weapons and abilities so powerful they could end the fight instantly, regardless of all else.
They're trump cards. Fortunately for Buffy, she actually countered almost all of what Blade could throw at her.
Withstanding Blade draining her energy with his bite? Check.
Resisting the Hellfire shotgun destroying her soul? Check.
Preventing Blade turning to mist and exploding
Yeah,
her from
yeah,
the
check.
inside out? Check.
Meanwhile, Blade had no way to survive, say, Buffy's Gorgon venom turning him to stone.
And even with the deadly, it just plain gross breathing gun, Blade did not have anything as potent as the Slayer sight. It could easily deflect the breathing gun's bullets back at him, or use its space-cutting ability to slice through his
Like, what the
unbreakable
fuck is
adamantium
that?
sword.
Don't
Random ass
believe us?
ability, bro.
Even Wolverine's adamantium skeleton was cut in half when a portal closed on top of him. That's the same kind of thing.
And Wolverine's beta adamantium skeleton is a much tougher version of the same metal.
Oh, and since the Scythe could kill Silas, a multiverse-devouring god, I think you could take down Blade with a
Oh,
big
I
enough
didn't know
swing.
she was all
Giving
that.
Buffy
Okay.
the final advantage over the day.
Really thought Blade had a chance, but Buffy sure put a damn fear on things.
I'm just gonna pretend this never happened. Facts. All right, chat. Let me know who y'all thought was gonna win in the comments. Let me know if this was a satisfactory answer for you. It wasn't for me. Fuck them. I'm gonna do my own research at this point. I'm not doing all that. Anyway, thank y'all for coming to watch. It's your boy Destry. I'll see y'all next video. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.